Last Thursday, alumni from across Wake County gathered for the 3rd annual Old Well Celebration, hosted by the Wake County Carolina Club. The event raised money for the club's scholarship fund, benefiting Wake County students who will attend UNC. The night revolved around the celebration of 100 years of Carolina basketball and featured a panel session with 5 former UNC men's basketball players who shared their story about how they came to UNC and favorite memories of their experience as Carolina basketball players.
Lenny, when did you realize, or when did you think that that was going to be possible in 1957?
Before the season started, to be honest with you. I used to call a meeting every week, and my first meeting was to just tell the guys, I said, listen, nobody should beat us. I said, we got everything going for us. I said, all we got to do is play together. And every week we talked about who we had coming up next, and we just kept it going. And I used to tell them why, how many games was left before we won the national championship. We used to go bonkers.
We were very fortunate to win them. Charlie had one at the buzzer that was one to remember forever.
Yeah.
But you have to have good breaks like that to keep going. Back then it was 1 and out. You played your whole season, and if you lost the first round of the ACC, you went home.
Coach Smith was brutal. Ran, and if you didn't do what you were supposed to do, you paid a price with conditioning. And he wasn't playing around. If you didn't play defense, you didn't play.
We just got in. I mean, I was still so silly. I mean, I remember a story along the way, and then I'll answer your question, was that in Virginia, we were up in Virginia, and it was near the end of the game, and Coach Smith had diagrammed a play for Rick Fox to go around the far side, and I was going to inbound the pass. And back in that day, the student section was very close to the court, and I proceeded to airmail that sucker right over into the student section. And you probably remember that. We did win the game, but the whole reason I tell you that story is because I thought, and it was a whirlwind that freshman year for me, but I thought that you went to Carolina, you went to the Final Four. We didn't win it that year, but we surely would the next year. And then you realize that it takes a real team, and you hear these guys talk about commitment and character and personalities of teams, and it really is true.
I got to talking to a high school friend of mine, and she introduced me to Coach McGrath, and then we got to talking, and about how I played at Hampton the year before. And anyway, we decided that I was going to go out, made the team, and then later found out that I couldn't play that year because of NCAA regulations, being a transfer student. And so I would just sit at the end of the bench and kind of run my mouth to the other team. Just kind of and so that was a fun experience.